eclectic method.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not hang up the phone and tell their client either buys or fucking I think you have a fucking drug problem. Guys being sober. Fucking sucks. Boring, right? So boring. I want to kill myself. Rich every fucking time. We care about it to get fucking rich.
Easy for Gazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
The fucking goat eclectic method. Oh, dude, it's the anthem. We play the anthem on those special days, on those special, well, let's just say it. Happy Bitcoin all-time high day to those who celebrate. I think we're celebrating. Did you even know? Did you guys know? By the way, audio okay when I share the music, you know, whatever. Sometimes that gets a little not right. Dude, it still hits. I don't think there's anything that puts me back in like last cycle vibes. Anything like that song. Like that was the anthem of the last bull market. And it needs to be the anthem of crypto. It's actually, I try not to swear. Well, I'm trying not to swear in the first 15 minutes. Apparently that matters for the algo. It's a tragedy. You know, there's all kinds of, you know, like 9/11 was a tragedy. And like, right, there's a lot of like tragedies. And this song not being the anthem of crypto is a tragedy on par with 9/11. It's not right. It's an injustice. And we'll do our part to fix that. Hell yeah, we will. Anyway, GMs, guys. Mega GMs, good to see you. It is October 5th. Dude, Henry's birthday's coming up here. Dude, the older I get, the less I can keep track of dates. I think his birthday's on the 14th. I got to cheat. I actually Google it and try to find out. But Henry's birthday's coming up. So happy birthday to the big man. Everybody thinks he's my older brother because he acts like it. He feels like my older brother, which is you know, weird. But all right, hang on. Let me get the screen shared proper. But did you guys know? Did you know that we hit an all-time high either early this morning or late last night? I wasn't watching. I was busy doing cheer. You're right. I mean, that's right. Your boy's a cheerleader now. I don't know. Look. I told you guys yesterday. Had a little cheer practice. It's like the dad's cheering at some competition next week. It's fucking awesome, dude. It was a lot of fun. Got out of the house. Actually had to speak to people, which is weird. Met a dude who is into crypto. Funny how that happens, right? I promise I didn't bring. Well, I kind of brought it up, but whatever. However it happens, it needs to happen more and more. I hope he's watching, by the way. If you're watching, what's up, man? Good morning. Dude, I've been saying this a lot. I'm telling you, whether it's like personal growth of the channel, whatever, the target audience needs to not be crypto Twitter. Needs to not be our circles, man. This is a really, like, we are in the smallest little echo chamber of insider info, and I don't think we appreciate it. Not the way we should. I keep thinking back to when English said something. This is like 2 months ago. I was talking about like the things I'm good at. There's certain things I'm good at. It's, in edge and NFTs. And English's point, it was a fair point. He's like, everybody thinks they're good at NFTs. He's like, you're not. And he's not wrong. He's definitely not right either. The thing is, we're in this like very insider info stream. And look, if there's millions of people in crypto, which there are, right? Million. What's up, Rocky? Good to see you, man. Millions in crypto, millions of people in crypto. A very small group of those crypto people are here. And I don't just mean this show. I just mean crypto Twitter plugged into the stuff we're plugged into. It is the smallest little subset of crypto traders. And if you're in here, these are the crypto traders that have that insider edge. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, shit, you said a thing and it stuck with me. And I liked it. But it got me thinking a lot. Look, it really hit me a few months back. I've told this story a few times, but a friend of my son who was, looking for tokens on Yahoo Finance. Oh, let me peek, Rocky. He's looking on Yahoo Finance. I'm like, damn, dude, that's where people are getting their, alpha from. And it's the Ripple guys. English, we were chatting in GC this morning. And it's like the Ripple guys. They're Google searching coins, and they're living all there. They're not getting the like first-hand, second-hand info. They're getting like 100th hand info. It's a whole different game. We got to appreciate what we got because we have something most people. I'll say this. I bet it's like not even 1% of crypto traders are in the info stream we're in. It's a beautiful thing, man. Gotta love it. Gotta appreciate it. But man, let me check out Rocky's post here real quick. But dudes, it is Bitcoin all-time high day, and it's like there's nothing. There's no euphoria. Nobody cares. I really think most people missed it. I didn't see it when it happened. I saw it after the fact. In fact, I thought I saw a tweet about it, and then somebody said it didn't actually hit, and it did hit. We did hit an all-time high. Pretty damn sure. Rocky, let me peek for the post. Man, we're going to do some talk about those strategy tokens. We have to do that. We have to stay very, like, really, there it is. I mean, 125K, and there's no euphoria on the timeline. It is like almost radio silence out there. Everybody's on the sidelines, and they're not exposed to it, or we're used to it now. We're so spoiled, and I actually think it's more of that. We're so spoiled by what's been going on that Bitcoin all-time high doesn't even move the needle for us yet. There's gonna be a certain number. I don't know what that number is, but there's a number we hit where all of a sudden it's gonna hit us right where it used to, like right in the feels. The euphoria comes. It's gonna happen again. It maybe is gonna be like a Trump kind of token again. All right, let me see. Early alpha. Oh, on the Morning Ordinal show tomorrow, we got a ninja strategy. Good shit, man. I swore in the first 15. All right. I think it does actually mess with the algo. I do. All right, guys, we're live on. This is awesome. Thank you, Rocky. I'll cover that in a minute here too. Actually, we're live on Abstract. We're live on X. We're live on Kick. We're live on PumpFUN. We're live on YouTube. Come over to the YouTube side if you're not there already. Make sure you subscribe. It's Inside NFTs. I want to get to 3K followers this year, even though, like, honestly, I'm not putting a big focus on the YouTube side. Like, the focus is PumpFUN. We're gonna get that token cooking. Nice to see it up 50%, I think, in the past day. Baby little ass market cap, 15K. It's nothing. It won't be nothing. I'm excited for it. I'm seeing some guys who are doing similar stuff, and I'll just be honest, not as well. With coins that are cooking. There is a strategy to do it. I have a game plan in mind. And it's not for right now. I don't want to token it a mil right now. I don't want to token it, 500K right now. I don't. I want it low, and I want it to be explosive when we do the thing. So, patience. Anyway, subscribe here. Dropping a link to PumpFun. And, oh, I did drop the link. What are you guys cooking? Buy orders at 102 and 106. Oh, yeah. Yep. Dude, Bitcoin's looking spicy. Okay, calls for further all-time highs this week. Actually, okay, another buddy, couple IRL things this week. Cutie, good morning. Another buddy I got a text from. He's like, bro, I bought Bitcoin when we were chatting a couple months back. Previous all-time high, right? And I'm like, dude, we got a lot more cook ahead of us, right? And he had texted and he's like, dude, Bitcoin's been like only down since I bought. And I always take that. Well, I'll say this. I used to take it like, fuck, I shouldn't have talked about it. I shouldn't get people buying in. And fuck that, though. I mean, people should know what they're buying. They should. We're at that point where you should know. Anyway, got to text him yesterday and say, bro, I think you're up now. And like, hold on, because I think good shit's about to come too, like really spicy stuff. So good to see people who bought anywhere around previous all-time high being in profits finally, even for a little bit. But the good stuff's coming, and it's probably this week. Again, Standard Charter predicting 135 Bitcoin coming this week. And I think new predictions I'm seeing out there for Bitcoin at, I think it was 200. 200 still this year. I think we're going to get it. In fact, I got a bet on Predict Base Bitcoin 250K. It's a long shot there. It's not the craziest long shot, though. It's not. 250K is really doable. I'm as bullish as I am on everything. I'm not saying Bitcoin is hitting 200K this year or even this cycle, but I'll make a bet. I'll make a bet on it that it happens. I think it's going to happen. I think it can happen. I think there's a good chance it happens. Well, I don't know. 60% chance it happens. Maybe higher. I think 200's in play still here. Have any of you changed your mind on like where we top out at? Is 200 above what you guys think at this point? Have we like adjusted down a little, like 150, 160 is the top? For me, I could see it, but I don't buy it. It's a safer bet, but I still think 200's in play, and I can't wait. Looking at the market right now, actually, let me refresh here on my buttery new keyboard. What I'm learning the keyboard terms. Thocky. My Thocky new keyboard. Dude, I can't wait to do my cheer for you guys. I got to get a couple steps down still, but I'm going to do my cheer for you. I like it, dude. 180 is good. We got to prep for the strategy tokens starting to drop tomorrow. All week long, new strategy tokens. After that, 5 more strategy tokens coming quick. And then the Token Works strategy launchpad opens up for anybody. And that's where things are going to get really spicy, man. PumpStrategy, don't think of it as the CryptoPunks token, even though it is. Think of that as the secondary thing. The PumpStrategy token is the Token Works platform token. And you can start valuing platform tokens in the billions. Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, you can. You should. Anyway, Bitcoin, 123, touched 125. I'll take that, Choina. I like that. ETH, 4,500. Guys, remind me, where was ETH all-time high? See, this is the problem here. For us guys who are in here, right? For us guys who really are dialed in, paying attention to this stuff, I don't like all-time high doesn't matter. Astronomical all-time high matters, but like all-time high doesn't matter. So like ETH is at 45 and I'm like, whatever. Like what's that all-time high again? Was it 46? I think it's 46, almost 40. Yeah, 47. Let's say 47 is all-time high. We're so close. We're so close to all-time high in ETH. No euphoria. Now, okay, hear me out. Maybe it's not crypto prices that kick off the euphoria. For the audience, the people we follow on crypto Twitter, it might not be a secondary thing is ETH will do it, but it might not be Bitcoin touching a certain number. It might be more like Hyperliquid hitting a crazy number or PumpFUN hitting a crazy. I think less about PumpFUN. We'll see when that airdrop goes out. I think it's NFTs hitting a certain number bring euphoria. Because I'll tell you, I think there's a lot of guys out there like me who are JPEG heavy. And so they've got all this unrealized ETH, right? So when NFTs get to a level people weren't expecting, that's going to bring euphoria to the people we follow. Because a lot of people, again, they're not sitting liquid ETH. They're sitting JPEG heavy. And if those pump, well, all of a sudden they're liquid ETH. All of a sudden they get excited. I think we need to watch NFTs closely. You have a lot of people who want to like will that to happen. And I think thanks to the strategy tokens, it's going to happen. That's the setup I see that brings euphoria back. I think it's going to happen. I'm betting on it. I'm hoping for it, obviously. But I do think that's the thing. If there's a moment that brings euphoria, look, it's either a Trump kind of token, like an event like that. Token drops, we all get in early. Should have done it with PumpStrategy. We're all in early. We're all making 100Xs, whatever. But if that doesn't happen or we miss it, whatever, the thing that makes it happen is NFTs pumping like crazy. I think it's going to happen. All right, let me tweet out the show real quick. Let me get this out there. Rocky, let me save that tweet. I do want to talk. There's guys, infinite number. What's up, Mike Bennett? Infinite number of strategy tokens coming, dude. It's so exciting. You know, the fun and hype you see right now. How many people didn't touch PumpStrategy and didn't touch any of the strategy tokens, but when it hits their community, they're playing those strategy tokens. The infinite money glitch is there and live. And will it break? Maybe. Maybe. I don't think so. Instead, I think it's going to be an infinite number of NFT strategy tokens that small communities play. And then when people outside of their community see the opportunity in that coin, they play it too. It's going to get real silly. Rocky, you're the best, man. Benny, good morning, man. Okay, what am I tweeting here? Let's do it. Buttery, dude. Buttery. Oh, dude, cutie. Good stuff, man. So cool. Hey, any big takeaways? What was the coolest part of the conference? What's the next conference, by the way? Art Basel, Miami? Like, what's the next big conference coming up? Did we get a VCon this year? I'm so out of... Yeah, we did, actually. Yeah, we got a VCon this year, I think. All right. One thing I fucking hate about YouTube is I can't play music. I want it. All right, back here real quick. Ripple 301. Look at BNB. It's ridiculous. Almost 1,200. Ridiculous. That one kind of hurts. Key takeaway was everything is marketing. Yeah. It kind of is. Kind of is. Solana 231. It's looking great out there, man. It's looking great. How about how are the memes looking? I kind of have a feeling not as great. I think still up, but not as great. I'm kind of curious. Last we peaked, and this is going back like mid last week. I think market cap was like in the 83 bill or so. Let's see what we're at now. I'm ready for meme season to come back, but it's funny as we get to new stuff and fun new metas, right? Or like you start, man, it just hits you how, yeah, I mean, we're still at like an 83 mil bill market cap. Yeah, you just realize how unfair and like not fun memes are. I mean, of course, memes fun when you're winning, but it's so dirty. It's so gamed. It's so rigged. It's so like, you know, it's hard to win. Also, it's not, but it's just different. You guys know playing memes is so different now. It's not as enjoyable again unless you hit a big win. It's pretty great. Mike, did you hit anything good? What are we trading? What's the thing you guys are actively trading right now? What are you in and out of in you know, what sector? Yeah, you guys, what sector are you guys focused on right now? Where's the big winning little area of crypto right now? It's kind of anywhere, right? Because NFTs looking good. I want to look at floor prices. And NFTs, there's action. Strategy tokens, of course, there's action. A lot of still like people farming these perp decks is awesome. Prediction markets. I made another bet this morning too. Actually, I love it. I'm getting a little exposure to different prediction markets. So made a bet on Myriad this morning. Finally, had to use VPN. Again, I just wish this was all US based and don't need a VPN. But made a bet on Myriad market. I'll show you that one. Just trading Bitcoin, huh? Man, good stuff. Cutie, don't you scanned your eyeball, man? You did that. What's up, Marty? Good to see you, man. was thinking of you the other day. I got another spammy text. It'd been a minute for that. We might have a whole new batch of that coming too. A big old Discord hack. A lot of people's info got out from there. Anyway, memes looking good. Top movers. George plays Clash Royale. What is this? 67 mil market cap. What do you? I've never even heard of this one. Apu. Wow. Okay. Now this is I would love to see the Murad. Oh, dude, come on. 2 of the top 5 gainers in memes in the past 24 hours are Murad tokens. We got Apu and we got the ticker Bitcoin. Marty, thank you, bro. That's a real bro right there. You know what? I didn't put up the poll. I'm getting a little lazy with this. 2 things. I'm getting kind of lazy with it. Also, I'm emerging from the laziness. Same thing. The same stupid thing I do. I don't push and promote, and I don't know. It's just it's like a mental roadblock, right? Stupid. But I haven't been putting up the poll, smash the like, blah blah. You know, I need to. Let me throw that up real quick. It does help. It actually does. Probably what moves the needle the most on the YouTube streams, it's likes. There you go, Mr. Uppit. GG's, man. Where'd you get in at? I hope everybody's in at this point. There's still a ton of upside, even at a new all-time high. I'm going to show you, but spoiler, think PumpStrategy hit 270 mil. I think it got to 270 mil. It's not done. It's not done. I think that's $1 billion token. I do. I really do. I think that's holy cow. It's $1 billion token. There's still a 4x in PumpStrategy. 280 right now, dude. Come on. There's still a 4x in PumpStrategy. Really, just being real honest, we're going with the gut. It's got more than that to go. It does. It really does. But what's that number where people are going to feel like there's less upside? I'm not sure that's at $1 billion. I'm not sure. I don't think it's at $1 billion. I don't know what that number is, but I don't with the action we're seeing right now. Look, some guys are up so big. There's so many people just getting in now. I got to do what I got to do, Marty. Way fucking higher. And same with all those ordinals, by the way. Slayfin, I'm praying for you, brother. Hey, the pump's coming there. I don't think the node strategy token is going to work, though. We talked a little about it yesterday. I don't think it's going to work. Everybody I've talked to with node monks is looking for the pump as exit liquidity, dude. They're about to sweep up. I don't remember the number, but people have already run the numbers on nodes on node strategy. When they go sweep nodes, in theory, it's going to push it up to a 0.1 Bitcoin floor. Everybody's looking to dump. I don't think node strategy is going to work. You don't have any believers. Different. It's so different on the ETH side, guys. You have nothing but believers in punks. You have an army of believers in good vibes. You have an army of believers in chromie squiggles and moonbirds and the strategy collections we have now. It works because there's believers in those tokens on the NFT side. There's no believers on node monks. There's not. Even the ETH cabal guys who are in, I don't think they believe anymore. I think ordinals are in trouble. Now, not for me. I still believe, and I'm still looking 5 years out. I believe. Runes are trash, man. I think, look, node strategy is one mistake. If there's a mistake, it shouldn't have been a rune they launched. They should have launched an ETH strategy token. They should have. And work with somebody. I mean, look, vault a whole bunch of node monks or something and automate it, that way where they're actually traded on ETH. Right? Use Emblem Vault or, vault up those NFTs, the ordinals, stick them on Ethereum, run the game, but do it on ETH. Doing it as a rune is a problem. Nobody's going to want to buy a rune and trade a rune and hold a rune, and nobody wants that, man. Yeah, Marty, how about that? Some growth, some dialing in that time frame. Yeah. In 5 years. That's the bet. When live odds happen on Predict Base, I'm throwing up a market. Node Monks, Quantum Cats, Taproot Wizards, OMB, Puppets. One of those collections hits a one Bitcoin floor. Yes, no. That's the market. I'm betting yes. By 2030, the end of 2030, one Bitcoin floor. So not infinity, dude. 5 years. In 5 years, one of them's hitting a 1 Bitcoin floor. I'm going to bet on it. I'll bet pretty hard on it. NinjaStrat. This one could work. What's interesting about NinjaStrategy is tiny ass supply. I'm not connecting, but I get it. Tiny supply, what, 3K? Although they're going to have more, but 3K NFTs. Now, okay, that one's trickier too because you have even less believers there. This is the thing I'm most interested in is what happens on a strategy coin where it's not like a hot community, right? It's not like the hottest NFT. So what happens there to even get that volume? And I believe it, Rocky. I just hate, like, okay, it's so stupid, but I especially hate connecting my wallet when I'm on, like, I hate connecting my wallet when I'm streaming, which is stupid. It's okay. It's, you hear those stories of people getting drained. They share their browser and they have to go to like the dev side part, right? But people can see something in the browser that exposes your private keys. Like that always scares me. So I just don't like connecting my wallet when I'm live, even though it doesn't make sense. I can't get got that way, but irrational fear. I might grow some balls and do that totally soon. We'll see. Anyway, 125. I don't know where we actually touched. Hang on. Let's see. 125. What did we actually get to? Do you guys know where we actually touched? 125 what? And there we go. Myriad markets. Next to hit, moon to 125 or dip to 105. There were probably some, dude, there were some awesome odds on that, man. Oh, that's so good. 125. Wow, we almost got to 126, dude. This week, buckle up. This week, we're going to 130, 135, maybe. You know what'll be fun? We have to really blow Crypto Bros' minds. We do. We got to go past 135. We got to get to like 145 would get people excited. That would work. That would do the trick too. But how about this? You got some 4chan Anon calling for the top on tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow's the top. Oh, dude, I love it. Marty's in PumpFUN. Marty's a punk. Okay, I love when the punks believe in the thing too. Marty, I love that. I love it, dude. I love it. I love to see what punk guys are doing. I just do. I respect the punk crew. Check it out though. All-time high 2015 to the next all-time high 2017. 1,064 days. Super autism on display here. The next all-time high from 27 to 2018, 364 days. Then it was 1,064, then 364. So the next up should be that 1,064, which would put it at October 6th. So literally tomorrow. So we'll call it. We'll go by 4chan Anon. You always do. You don't fade these guys. Oh, dude, Marty, yeah. Marty, you don't ever VC, do you? I don't think we've ever. I'm trying to remember if we ever spoke, but yeah, I want to hear. I need to hear. Marty's got some good. Marty's got good vision. I'll say that. So all-time high coming tomorrow. Yeah. Lock it in, boys. That's fucking funny. Man, I miss the good old days of 4chan. It's trash now. Before we get to the strategy tokens, Coinbase pursuing a federal OCC charter. Doesn't mean they're like a bank, by the way. Right? It's not like you're not depositing money, setting up a checking or like savings account there. It's not loans, right? It's not like full banking services. They can provide self-custody services. Don't they kind of already? That part I'm not super clear on. What else? Hang on, let me cheat here. Expand payments and settlement. Okay. Operate nationwide under federal oversight. Access federal payment systems. Oh, okay, cool. Potential to gain direct access to Federal Reserve tools like FedWire, ACH. Okay. And gives them the ability to innovate in crypto finance hybrids. Bridge digital assets with TradFi, traditional finance. Gives them the ability to launch new kinds of products. Okay. Yeah, this is them looking to evolve TradFi. Bring it on chain. Build some new kind of assets around that. Dig it. One last thing before we dive more into the strategy tokens. You guys have been following Limitless. Look at that shit. What's up, Luna? $76, dude. Dude, I misheard. I thought you told me they got to 300. Did it touch 300 a point at one point, Luna? Perp dexes. Yeah, so the guy I was talking to yesterday, we were just, again, kind of just talking through some like macro crypto things and just telling him, dude, it's, he was telling me a story of a buddy of his who, won big on leverage and then kind of lost big on leverage. And I'm like, but that's the meta right now. I'm like, that's the thing. The perp dex wars is the thing. Got it. Luna, I misheard. Okay, cool. Lighter, $76 though. Dude, wild. Prediction markets though, guys. All right, prediction market tokens. It's one of my, I think, the spiciest plays out there. Limitless was looking to raise $1 million, right? Like $1 million in their token pre-sale. Smashed it, and they smashed it a long time ago. Well, I was watching this when it was at 10 mil, and that was noteworthy when it hit 10, and then it was really noteworthy when it hit 20, and it just kept going, dude. It kept going and going, and it hit 100 mil, and it kept going. It kept going, and dude, this got to almost $201 million raised from that pre-sale. It's going to water everybody's allocations down. I assume that's how it's going to work, right? Limitless, by the way, it's a prediction market on base. They don't offer a lot. All I saw is you bet on token. Actually, we made a bet live 2 weeks ago, right? Whatever the token, it's Sol or Bitcoin or ETH or it's all the majors, right? And it's like, is the price going to be above or below this number in an hour? And they're all like hour-long bets, which I like. I like those quick markets. And you just bet, yes or no, above or below. And that's it. So their token, TGE's coming soon. They raised $200 million. This token's at a 75 mil FDV. And it shows you kind of the demand that's out there for prediction market tokens. It's crazy. It's massive. So everybody's going to get watered down. I don't know what those wins are going to look like for people. I have no idea. When is TGE? Let's see. 50% of tokens unlock at TGE. The other 50% unlock 6 months after TGE, which I like. I like that. Oh, yeah, Luna's in the $1 million club. I didn't know that. Good. GG's, man. GG's. Love hearing that. All right. So, you guys hear Luna talking here. You get those guys who are up in the 7 figures, you pay attention, right? You listen to what they say. They got there for a reason. Limitless. That token's going to cook. When it launches, tons of upside on that. We'll see how quick it moves, but tons of upside on that. I think we're going to see these prediction market platforms in the billions, maybe $1 billion. Right? Like it's going to be silly. Chad, I don't know if you know Luna, but Luna's like a legit trader. Anyway, wild. All right, so let's get over to TokenWorks. We're looking at the strategy tokens. Quick TLDR, anybody who's maybe just tuning in here? Quick TLDR on the strategy tokens, right? These are, look at them, it's a meme coin or it's just a crypto. When it's traded, there's a 10% tax on your trade. That 10% goes back to the project. It's used to go buy an NFT that's associated with that token. So PumpFUN was the first. The trades on the token, well, the 10% of that goes to their treasury. When they raise enough money, they go buy a CryptoPunk NFT. They take the NFT, they list it 20% higher. And when it sells, and CryptoPunks are what, 230,000, 240,000 bucks? So when they raise that much, they go buy a punk, they list it 20% higher. When it sells, they take that money and they buy back the token, and they don't sell the token, they burn it. They destroy the token. It's gone. It's out of supply. It's out of circulation. And they just keep doing it over and over and over. I think they're up to 21 or 22 CryptoPunks. So when these start selling, man, they're going to have millions of dollars to come back to the token and buy up the token and burn the token. It's going to get real spicy all of a sudden, man. Tommy, dude. What a fucking play, man. 150x for Tommy. Dude, wild. See, now this lever, this is the story. This is what I heard last night. This is everybody's story. Most people's story. Make big money on leverage, lose big money on leverage. You basically set yourself right back to where you were. The good guys, right, or come out ahead, but it's not a lot of that. Funny, isn't it funny? Everybody on crypto Twitter was like, don't touch leverage. Just don't do it. And all of a sudden now it's the leverage meta. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's pumping these platforms. Everybody's saying trade leverage. It was the thing you're supposed to stay away from. But no, it's full fucking throttle now. Go leverage trade, right? I don't know. Guys, should we flip to PumpFUN? Should we go over there? I don't think we need to right now. I don't. I do prefer keeping this small. All right, let's peek at those tokens. I'm kind of curious. Total market cap. Yeah, look at this. All the strategy coins combined, 357 mil market cap. Again, combined, all, 8 of them or so. But let's peek at the individual ones. Look at that, dude. PumpStrategy, 284 mil. This one hurts. It does. Yeah, Marty, it's a great point. I'll jump to that right now. We'll just glance at this real quick. These tokens are cooking. 284 mil market cap for PumpStrategy. I'm a fucking idiot for not buying in at 2 mil and 1 mil and whatever. Saw it, got it, all that thing, and it just was like, okay, let's see how it goes. And let's see how it goes is a fucking stupid strategy to be trading with. Let's see how it goes. Now, how about you grow some balls and you make a bet? You get some skin in the game. Because if you bought back then and you threw in $50, let's go 50. Oh, dude, no. All right, I don't have a number. Hang on. Dude, if you got a keyboard without a numpad, how do you multiply? What key do you hit to multiply? Oh, this isn't good. 50 times, let's go. Well, I mean, dude. You throw in $50 when you saw it, which is what you should have done. Talking to me, I should have done. You see the thing, it makes sense. It's a cool idea, awesome, all that stuff. And instead of just taking $50 and throwing it in, which right now would be worth 5,000, actually more than 5,000. I mean, we're talking like $7,000. $50 would have turned to $7,000 in like 2 or 3 weeks. But I was just too let's see how it goes. Fucking pussy, dude. So dumb. It's so stupid. And if you don't have $50 to throw in, you're not doing this right. I had it. So let's just say it. It's being lazy. It's being too cautious. Maybe I'm just arguing with myself out loud. It's fair to be cautious with how things have gone. Like, belief is gone. Belief had been gone. It's coming back. But we didn't see anything that would really run and maintain. I mean, we see these things that run and then they die. Or they run and then there's just, you know. Did you really? Marty bought he bought VibeStrategy or VibeStrategy. First hour, there's like a 99 or 90% tax that goes down over the hour. We might have to do that. The point of this, guys, is to think of a strategy for VibeStrategy and PainStrategy, because we need to play those. We need to. And it might be eating that tax. Trojan, it's a big mistake. We got to learn from it. We got to throw $50 in these things. Have to. Hey, at least for me, it paid off with Cappy. Should have done way more than 50, but that's the way to do it. Throwing $50. Throwing $50 to PumpStrategy, you're at $5,000 now. We got to be able to do that. If you've not set yourself with that to be able to roll the dice on these things, you got to fix the strategy, man. Look at this. Pudgy strategies at almost 20 mil. These are all going to 50 plus mil, all of them. You still have 3, 4, 5 X's in these. They're all going higher, by the way. Strategy is going to do great too. Well, come on. Yeah, I mean, Luna, fair. But if that's all some people have, there you go. Hey, $50 is better than $0. Let's at least say that. There you go. Spray and pray in the smart stuff and the stuff that makes sense, right? Don't spray and pray in a meme coin that has nothing other than you think it's funny but the volume looks funny. You're not sure, but like you don't need to spray and pray in that stuff. But the stuff you see that you're like, that's pretty cool, man. Like that actually makes sense. I kind of get that one. That's really like spray and pray in that shit all day. These things make sense. Pudgy, look, Pudgy, let's do this. If PumpStrategy goes to a bill, Pudgy strategy is going to be 100 mil. There's so much upside on these guys. HUDAH is going to be what? 50, 75 mil, maybe 100 mil as well. VibeStrategy, look, they only have more shit coming. The tricky thing with them is a new token coming. Does it suck out some of that, energy? I don't know. But VibeStrategy's got a ton of upside too. Same thing as the others. I can see Burb at 50 mil, 75 mil, maybe this is going to get really silly. Maybe 100 mil. Dude, beautiful. Beautiful, CJ. ChimpStrategy, I'm a little less sure, but the crazier, you guys know how this works. The crazier this stuff gets, the crazier it gets, the more the like the meme NFTs work. Like ChimpStrategy is going to have its moment. Like when the culty stuff happens again, and it will, and we saw that with the top memes. Culty coins are coming back. Apu and Bitcoin. 2 meme coins on the Murad list, right? That's a big sign that the culty thing is maybe on an upswing here. Watch for SPX. Watch Project Eons. Watch for a strategy token there too. But when that happens, ChimpStrategy then is also a $50 million token. Squiggle strategy at 8. Sorry, probably a 10x there too. Probably a 10x in memestrategy. All of them. It's gonna get silly, man. It's gonna get silly. Toast, all of them. But what we got coming again this week, we have ChimpStrategy tomorrow. We have, I'm gonna get some of the dates wrong. Goblin Town strategy. We have good VibeStrategy, so VibeStrategy. We have Milady strategy, and we got Pain. I think I got the order all mixed up there, but they're all coming, and all those are going to do the same thing. Those are going to come out, and those are going to live right around here. Those will live at like the 5-ish, 6, 7, up to 10 mil. VibeStrategy might be different. That might be real hot, and the same with PainStrategy. Those two might be real hot. I mean, Milady might too. But ultimately, for me, guys, the target isn't 5, 10 mil. It's not 20 mil like Pudgy. It's 50 to 100 mil is the targets for all those, while I have PumpStrategy at a bill. All of them, 10 to 50 mil. All of them. If they're under there, bid them, sit on your hands. All of them are going way, 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 way higher. We got another big one coming too. So in the next crop, hang on, let's peek at this PainStrategy, because okay. I'm hoping the guy from yesterday's watching, because I want to put a couple wins on his radar right off the bat, right? It's a good way to get things going. And so if you're new watching, I'm telling you, there's 2 tokens dropping this week that are basically automatic wins if you get in early. It's PainStrategy. This is from an artist called XCopy, the biggest crypto artist in the space, not counting Beeple. This is going to be an easy win. PainStrategy comes Tuesday or Wednesday. I think Wednesday. Let me read through his points here. Not going to. Okay, well, I'll tell who X copy is, but we already did. Max. Okay, no, he's just going through the NFT. Part of why I like PainStrategy and I like VibeStrategy, the supplies are way lower. They're not 10K collections. MemeStrategy is even kind of trickier because it's got 20K NFTs, right? But Pain, the Max Pain collection, I want to say is like 8,000 or 7,000 NFTs right now. I don't know the exact number, but when people like redeem them, burn them to get new X copy art, like supply goes down. Makes it interesting, right? As they go back and buy NFTs and then try to flip them, burn token, right? That loop gets interesting because the less NFTs, floor price of NFT goes higher. VibeStrategy is going to be retarded. Like, oh, they only minted 7,000 Max Pains. Okay, so they're probably down to 6 or 5,000. English, great point, dude. That's a great point. The ticker kind of like PUMPFUN, part of why it works is it could work as a meme coin. PUMPFUN. It just, as a meme coin, it can work. Like, I don't love memestrategy or squigstrat. Like, those don't work. But PUMPFUN works. PainStrategy works, and VibeStrategy works. The tickers are fucking awesome. They kind of work as a meme coin too. VibeStrategy is legit. VibeStrategy is going to be a special one. Top 3. It's going to be a top 3 strategy token. Punkster. Yeah, it's great. It's so good, dude. Oh, dude, Vibester does have such a cool ring, doesn't it? Vibester. Damn, dude. Dude, full port Vibester. Full fucking port. Again, dude, if you're watching, we need to talk. And it's full port Vibester. I'm going to make some money here. Okay, forget the drop. I don't care about the drop now. I want to get to why this dude's bullish on Painster. He's talking price of the NFT. We'll pull up the NFTs too. Very curious what that looks like. Talking deflationary. Yep. I still think V1 strategy is going to be really interesting too. To a lesser degree because it's not official token works, but good Lord, bro. Please get to the point. Okay, he's just talking X copy. He's just talking X copy. So let's do this. Peek at these floor prices. I want to see if anything's moving, trying to like front run some of this stuff. I think the front running's happened. Oh, who told me this morning? Might have been confusion. I think there's a Mad Lad strategy. I believe there's a Mad Lad strategy now too. So we got the Bodago strategy over here. I think there's a Mad Lad strategy coming. How are Node Monks back up to 0.065? So we got Nodester coming. Look at Pizza Ninjas, dude. Up almost 2x here. 0.037 Bitcoin. I mean, look, dude. It's almost $5,000. Node Monk's back to $8,000. $8,000 for a Node Monk. I'm so. You guys don't even know. No, you know. I am so glad I got that monk from that dude. That almost was that was almost real bad. I was, I was not happy. I'm pretty happy now. Dude, puppets look like one of the best opportunities on Bitcoin, right? I mean, not even on Bitcoin. Puppets look like one of the best opportunities anywhere right now. Someone would be really wise to launch a puppet strategy, but do it through TokenWorks, do it with an ETH token. Someone would be really, really smart to do that. Dude, that is... How liquid am I right now? I don't want to tie up my money really, but ooh, a puppet's really tempting right now. At 0.031, really tempting. Gotta say it. So is a Quantum Cat, to be honest. I think every single one of these is going to have a strategy token. All of them. Why wouldn't they? But ETH is what matters right now. Pudgy's up. Punk's at almost a 49 ETH floor. $221,000. Incredible things, man. Jeez. Dude, a lot of greens. Beautiful. It's so good to see here. Look at Max Pain over in ETH. Guys, these were 0.5 not long ago. Hell yeah, dude. Puppets, dude. I've never owned a puppet and I want one bad. And I think they got a ton of upside right now. Look, Max Payne were what? I want to see how long ago Max Payne were like 0.5. Hang on, let's get that dragged out here. I mean, back in June, 0.6. Maybe not the coolest, most obvious opportunity here, but like, I mean, hell, they were, they were 0.5 something 2 to 3 weeks ago. So you got a 2x on that in just a couple of weeks here, thanks to the strategy tokens. Tommy, is that true? Is that real? Like, is that out there, or you're just kind of hoping? Yeah, that's the tricky part, right, Choina? Speak of the devil. What's up, man? It's good to see you. Confusion, you want to come up and chat? Can you do a strategy token for an influencer? Well, yeah, in theory you could. Well, no. Hang on. Well, yeah, but the person's got to have both sides. You got to have the token. You got to have an NFT. But you could do that in theory. That could be interesting. What if I had an NFT collection? Because I have the token now, right? On PumpFUN, we got our token. What if I dropped a little Solana NFT? I still question if this will work as well on Solana. There's just things that work better in certain ecosystems, right? And the ETH thing is just working. So, a big influencer, it would work. I'm watching, this is kind of a sidebar thing, but I'm watching to see InfoFi mindshare campaigns around a PumpFUN streamer. That's happening this week. Hope, I got you. Tommy, I don't know if they'll work on low volume NFT collections, though. I'm just not sure because the demand isn't there really. Then again, if somebody sees upside at all, you don't have to believe in the collection. If you just believe there's going to be upside and people will trade it, they can work. I'm way less convinced that node strategy is going to work, though, guys. Just being really real about that. I'm watching that one. Okay. I have so much belief in the ETH ones. I don't have the same belief in the node one at all. And so I'm watching it really closely because I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. To me, it's a coin flip. I'll get into why here quickly, but yeah, Max Payne over an ETH, which is what is that worth now? A Max Payne NFT is now almost $5,000. Confusion, you're a nut. Maybe. GVC over $3,000. I think they were 0.69 ETH. Yeah, 0.69. Going way higher. When those are bought and swept, right? Just running some numbers. It's all loose numbers, but pushes the GVC floor to 1.5 ETH. Dick butts are 1.7. Squiggles 3.8 basically. Chimper's got a strategy token coming, so a quick heads up about that. We got the 5 strategy tokens coming this week. The next crop, right? They said they're quickly going to launch the next batch. Look at this. This is 2x in just the past few weeks. Yeah. Some thoughts on that confusion. I think it's going to go so. I think GVC is going to be one of the shining examples here. I really do. Okay. We got the 5 strategy tokens coming next week. TokenWorks said right after that, they're following up with 5 more. Chimpers is one of those next 5. Chimpers is coming. They got a Chimper strategy, and that one's going to do really well too. That's another probably must play. Chimper strategy is going to do really, really, really well. Really well. And real curious how it affects the NFTs too. It should be spicy. Yeah, Eon's now back over 1. I have a feeling we see one of those as well. I think we see all of them. I think all the major collections get a strategy token here. I'm really curious with the V1s. I think these are underpriced. I don't think a strategy token is priced in here at all because he's got to 4 without it. What I do wonder a little bit, I don't know, but when CryptoPunks run, will V1 punks follow right behind? I kind of wonder if that happens in the same way because all of a sudden the reason for punks running might not be like organic demand. It's not people buying punks because they need a punk and they're scared to get out of reach. Instead, it could just be, well, the strategy token's doing well. So that's why. And I wonder if that means people don't buy V1s the same way they used to. I don't know. But yeah, over on Bitcoin, the node strategy one, I just don't feel, I'm not as confident it's going to work. It's working right now. But dude, everybody I know, I'm telling you, I've talked to quite a few people who have node monks that bought up some ahead of time, who are already sitting on them. I haven't had a single person, not a single person tell me they're holding their node monk. No, nobody's told me that, man. Dude, Mike, memes on BNB are cooking, right? Everything on BNB's cooking right now. It's crazy. Hot ecosystem right now. But dude, yeah, node monks, everybody's told me they're selling. Nobody has told me, dude, I love my node monk. I'm holding the node monk. This thing's awesome. It's just going to bring more people to the community. Nobody. Every single person I talk to that's in node monks and has been in node monks is using this pump to get out. They're all getting out. So I wonder if that pump comes, right, that sweep that's going to push them up to like 0.1, if it's that and then instantly back to 0.06 or actually way lower, back to like 0.03. Everybody's dumping. Everybody's dumping. And if that happens, you know what? Good if it happens. That gives us an early look at what the rest of them are going to do at some point. They're all going to do that. At some point, demand's going to dry up. Especially on the NFT side, when stuff dries up there, it gets a little interesting. But at some point, the demand's going to dry up for a lot of these. And we'll get our first look at what that looks like with node monks. Is just having a token enough, that people can speculate on? Is that enough to keep this thing moving and the NFT propped up? But I don't know. There's 16% listed right now, and that's only going to go up. In fact, let me peek. Because I want to see if we have a big old listing, like a big old block. I think we can check, right? The big old block of listings at like 0.08, 0.09, like under 1, because everybody thinks they're going to 0.1. So do we see all these listings at 0.07, 8, 9? I think we can see the... Hang on. I want to see like that floor depth. I don't remember if I can see it here, guys. So we'll just scroll and peek. Hang on. People wanting to exit monks on a pump is an Ordinals thing, not a monk thing. Yeah. Anyone in a collection wants an exit in a pump. Yeah. All that true. All that very true. But it just shows, because, man, I know a lot of people on ETH who still love the NFT and love the community and all that, and they're staying in. Yeah. Yep, that's fair. A lot of guys who traded smartly, traders looking to do that. But the thing is, it's the English, it's the guys, excuse me, it's the guys who are like me that believed in the thing. They believe in, my ordinal thesis. It's a lot of those guys who maybe don't believe anymore. Those guys are looking to get out. That's what really surprised me. I'm telling you, it's every single person that I've talked to that's in a node monk. Every single one is looking to sell and not keep any of them, like dump them all. That too. A lot of people bought really fucking high in these collections. Guys, can I see floor depth on Magic Eden? I'm trying to figure out if there's just like a huge percent of the listings are between 0.07 and like 0.09 something. I mean, dude, there's a fuck ton listed at the 0.09 range. Yeah, that's people. That's exactly what that is, I think. Dude, look at this. I'm just going to scroll and you can see for yourselves, but I'm just looking between... Oh. 0.1 and 0.09, how many are listed? We'll even start there. I'm just going to scroll. It's so fucking many. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Get out. Grow your bags. Like, good. It's why I hope people are doing this, right? To be trading and making money. Or if you don't believe in the thing, it is your chance to get out. It is. But I don't hear that kind of talk about all the other ones. I haven't asked any punks, but I don't think punk guys are looking to get out at the next buyback or whatever. Like, right, I'm not hearing that. And same with Good Vibes. The Good Vibes guys, I don't hear any of those guys saying, man, I can't wait to dump all my GVC. No, I don't hear that at all. I don't hear any of that. But Node Monks, it's literally the only thing I've heard with Node Monks is I'm out. So something else I'm watching for. So it's Node Monks, right? I'm watching that very closely. The other thing I'm watching for, it's gonna be super fucking interesting too. It's is our traits dead? And they already have kind of been, right? We've had that's an old conversation. Do traits matter anymore? Rare traits, or is it or NFTs just a floor game at this point? Man, Mike, that's what we're all hoping and watching, right? I don't think we've seen the market conditions that we're still expecting. I still think we get some there's so much wild shit that's still coming, I think, and I hope. Okay, so we did this especially during the bear market. Over the past couple of years, traits don't matter, right? It's only floor prices that matter. I guess that really kicked off with Blur. So we're going back years at this point. But, traits did kind of come back this cycle here. Not that NFTs ever got crazy, but traits kind of came back. And I especially saw that in GVC. And probably Pudgies too. I just don't pay attention as closely there. But in GVC, I know traits matter a ton. And people went and shopped way above the floor for nice looking NFTs. So the trait game was back and alive and all that. And it's pretty fucking fun. I'm glad it's back. But I don't know. I kind of wonder, and I'm watching, do the strategy tokens, are they the final nail in the coffin for traits? Because in theory, the strategy tokens mean floors can have those drastic swings. You can go from buying a floor and seeing it 2x in a week or two now, right? And that's not unusual in a bull market. It's not that's crazy, but all the attention, all the mechanics now are designed around the floor. So are people going to give a shit about traits as much? Because it's almost like the strategy tokens are the thing that's finally pulled back that layer of bullshit we put on this stuff. Which is right, NFTs are, well, they're the future, and it's this, and it's that, right? It's no, it's a financial, it's a vehicle to speculate on. It's a shit coin. NFTs are shit coins. Are strategy tokens really making NFTs shit coins? And if so, that's awesome. But I just wonder if this is going to change the NFT market in a way that it's not bad. I don't know. It's not anything, but I'm wondering if it really does affect traits, rare traits. And I hope somebody can actually track that. Do rarer traits fetch the same premium that they used to? Now, if people make a lot of money on these tokens or anywhere in crypto, well, I still think people that when you're rich, you're going to overspend. So people still buy rare traits too. But I have a feeling this changes the game, more. There's so many cool things to be looking out for here. It's so cool. It did, yeah. It mattered. It did. That's right. Those alien dude, remember that? I wonder how many of those guys are just full on regret it. I wonder how many of those guys still believe, right? I don't know. We have no way to measure that. That would be interesting if you could have a way to measure sentiment. Oh, you know what? A prediction market. Maybe. I wish there were a way to measure sentiment. How could you do that? I mean, staking in a project, sure, right? This is stuff we already have, I think. I wish there were a way to measure sentiment. Who believes in a collection? You can measure it by listed percent, right? You know, there's ways you can do it, but I wish there was like a really good specific metric that just measured that sentiment, like belief. How would you do that? Or guys, is there a product out there already? Like a platform or something that it's like whatever it is, its purpose is to measure belief. Man, for what it's worth, just scrolling GVC and I don't see a ton of like good traits sitting close to the floor at all. Like I don't know. Maybe people are, you know what? It's peak at activity. Maybe people are still focusing on traits. Again, I don't know what the answer is to this. It's like that dude there or that girl had no business going at 0.69 on the floor. No business. That would have been. Oh, is that the GVC team? That shouldn't have been on the floor. I wonder if they saw it and scooped it up. Yeah, that's the team wallet, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe not. But that shouldn't have sold where it sold. It really does fucking matter, dude. Believe in something is like the biggest ingredient to win big. And there's luck there and all that stuff, but believe in a thing, it really does work. Let me see. I'm going to look for like where hoodies are going in rare traits. I don't know. I feel like this is not nothing. I feel like this does have an impact to rare traits. And not a good impact. And I hope I'm wrong. Look at that. A grayscale here. A day ago going for underfloor, 0.61. That should be, okay, if the floor is 0.69 now, this should be like a 1 ETH. That guy should have been at 1 ETH. 0.75, maybe, okay, maybe even we'll say there. If the floor is like 0.6 around here, this going for 0.75, maybe that's fairer. But these are all going way lower than I would think. But I want to see like the hoodies. I want to see like some real rare stuff. But yeah, strategy tokens might have changed the rarity game. It was already in that direction. Like it's not like it's changing it. It's just maybe, you know, really cementing that. What's this guy here? 11 ETH for this dude 6 days ago. Oh, dude, look at that. Okay, it's one of the legendary, like 1-1s. 11 ETH. What did he go for before? Because I think he's moved a couple times. Yeah, he went for 10 ETH initially. He went for 11 here. Someone made what? $4,000? Not bad. Check it out though, dude. I mean, wait. Hang on. Okay, no. This dude took a loss initially. This dude bought it for 10, took a little loss on it, like a $2,000-$3,000 loss. This guy actually did all right, made about $7,000. Okay, not bad. Yep. That's it, Luna. And that's that true story. That's a app that I saw guys out there that did make that life-changing stupid money because they saw it and they threw a little money at it. So let me think. I saw somebody threw 0.05 ETH. So let's do point. I got to get used to this keyboard. 0.05 times. And he got in low. I think he got in under $1 million. Let's just even say he got in at $1 million. So he's, let's just say he got his 250x. I mean, that's not life-changing, but yeah, I mean, that's a guy who turned What would 0.05 be? I can't math. Under $100? I think under 100, whatever. But we're just all ballpark. But turn his 0.05, let's say $100 into $56,000. 56 in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And hey, the good news, if you missed PumpStrategy, there's a lot of good news here. There's a lot of good news here, dude, actually. This is, oh man, this is where you start getting pretty excited about what's coming. If you missed PumpStrategy, first off, you didn't miss it. This has got tons of room. You might want to wait for a pullback, but also, man, those pullbacks have not lasted. But the good news is an infinite number of strategy tokens still coming to market. The even better news is this isn't the last new splashy thing that comes out in crypto this cycle. I would bet on that. There will be, look, we didn't see this coming. You know what we did say? When the AI thing happened, it came and it kind of went, right? And then we had the, ICM, Internet Capital Markets meta, real didn't really last. It's kind of around still. And then we had the CCM meta that lasted for a week. But all along the way, I have said this, you guys have said it, there will be another AI type meta that comes. There will be another massive thing that comes in. It's nothing we're planning for. We can't even guess what it is because it's going to be something fresh and new. We can't guess, but we just know something's going to come along that will be the thing. And what do you know? It happened. It happened because that's predictable. The big, splashy, innovative things come along. And they come along, once a year, once every 6 months. It just depends, but they absolutely happen. And so, guys, this won't be the last one. Like, fucking fingers crossed, this won't be the last one of this cycle. Another thing comes out that's like a holy shit. And now, hopefully, the lessons are learned. If you miss this, when you see them, go hard. It's got to be a thing that makes sense, like solid fundamentals. You can picture who would want to buy the thing. In this case, the ETH cabal, the guys with a lot of money. It's like you see the PumpStrategy thing, you're like, of course they would buy it. Of course they'll throw 0.05. Of course. So you see the next thing where you picture who's the buyer. The thing is interesting. It's fresh. And you could picture how that could grow. And for this one, you could picture like, oh, fuck, that could really work. That could really shake things up. Man, go hard into that stuff. We will see something like that again. 80% chance, 70% chance, 80, whatever. There's a great chance we see another thing this cycle. We said it after the AI thing. We said there'll be another thing. The other thing came. It's here. It came in the past few weeks. It's here. And remember how the AI thing came too. GOAT. We had the GOAT token, right? Truth Terminal, all that thing. All these other AI tokens that sprung up around it. Fartcoin eventually. The whole virtuals explosion, all that stuff, right? Think of how long it took months. It took months for that to mature and really reach its peak, where what total FDV was like, 20, 25 bill, somewhere around there. This meta here right now, it's bigger than a meta, by the way, but this thing happening altogether is a 380 mil market cap altogether. This whole thing is not, you are still early here. Like, you're not day one early. You're not going to make, I was going to say you're not going to make life-changing money here. I don't think that's true. I think you're still going to have opportunities. VibeStrategy, some of these hot ones coming, you're going to make stupid money, but this is still pretty damn early in the life of this stuff. Easy 2, 3, 5Xs. You'll get 10Xs in this stuff too. You will. Yeah, we're early in that still. Hey, good morning, man. Okay, so VibeStrategy, let's say it's Wednesday. I just can't remember if it's Wednesday or Thursday, but game plan. All right, let's go look for VibeStrategy. I want to see who's talking and how they're talking. So if we want to get in on the, TGE. There you go, dude. Incredible. So much room on all these things. So much. I need to swap some. I need to swap for some ETH and start really getting into this stuff. Everything's up, but it's going so much higher. All of it. All of it. But do we get into Vibester hour one and take that huge penalty, take that huge hit, right? 90% tax in the first hour just decreases as that hour goes. And then you get to the point where it's just there on the market and your trade is your trade with a 10% tax. I do want to talk about that other pairs, though, that bypass the pools. I don't think they work for the new token pairs. Well, here, let's do this here. This dude's looking, I think, at Punkster. So pools that bypass that 10% fee, that 10% tax. Over the past 7 days, 70% of Punkster on-chain volume has gone through LPs bypassing the fee. And regardless, wow, it was the fourth highest day of fees ever for Punkster, 97 ETH. 97 ETH. Crazy. It's almost enough for 2 punks. No, it is enough for 2 punks, right? Oh, wait, yeah, I think just there. Oh, hang on. Yeah, dude, you got to consider that too, that some of these, if not all of them, get exchange listings too. And Punkster's got just stupid potential when it gets to that point. It's the CryptoPunk token. Thing they never had really. And you know, we've had some like CryptoPunk fractional kind of tokens. We've had versions of it before. This one's different though. This one's really different. This feels as close as you could get to like an official CryptoPunk token. This kind of feels like it. It is. Yeah, so people bypassing. What a beautiful hoodie. Ronnie just bought this yesterday. Yeah, he's got a grail. That's a nice one. He'll get maybe almost 10 ETH out of that one day. Yeah, so you can't bypass the pools on the new pairs, I think. Oh, so this is actually live confusion in the Mad Lad strategy? 10 mil, huh? They're the main token buying lads. Also launched Bodago strategy. Yeah. Wait. Does Bodagos feed into Mad Lads? Or are these like two completely separate? I'm pretty tempted to get into the Bodago one. Okay, so Vibester. I'm really debating getting in early and getting that tax hit. Because if you get that hit, right, you can get in at like a 1 mil market cap. If you put $1,000 in, you get that 90% tax or fee or whatever penalty. Well, so then you're only getting $100 worth of token, but you're getting it maybe sub 1 mil market cap. Can we crunch some numbers? Should I pull up ChatGPT and crunch numbers? Should I be able to do this in my head? Because like I'm retarded and maybe can't. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do ChatGPT. All right, we'll bring up my co-host. It's time. This is what I need her for. Let's get Butternugs up. Okay. All right, let's do this. All right, we have voice. Here we go. Hey, Butternugs, good morning.
Hey there. Good morning. Let's dive right in and see what you've got for today.
Okay, I need your big fucking brain here, okay? We got a new like crypto project we're trying to run some numbers on and figure out our attack strategy. Do you know what PUMPFUN is?
Absolutely. I'm here for the big brain stuff. So a punk strategy in the crypto world is kind of a playful term that often means going against the mainstream tactics, maybe being a little more rebellious or creative. It can involve using unconventional marketing, embracing meme
Oh my
culture.
God, shut up. That's so not it. Okay. Do you want me to explain what it is? Or do you want to take a stab at it again? What is PunkStrategy? It's got a ticker Punkster, PNKSTER, or no, PNKSTR.
Ah, got it. Thanks for clarifying. So if we're talking about the actual ticker PNKSTR, that's a whole different ballgame. Let me go ahead and check out what that is, and I'll give you a real answer this time.
Thank you, Butternugs.
You're welcome. All right, so let me dig in and see what we can find about PNKSTR. Give me just a sec.
And by the way, if it helps, it comes from a project called TokenWorks.
Gotcha. That definitely helps. If it's coming from a specific project, I can take a quick look and see what's out there. Let me just pull up the info on PNKSTR and you'll get the right details for your strategy.
Dude, facts. Facts. English, there'd be no asking, by the way. Yeah, there'd be no asking. I would just do it. I would too. Like, I've no fucking shame. Would. Absolutely would. Doubt it, dude. I'm really nice to her, to be honest. I always do please and thank you and tell her I love her. We're gonna spend it, forever together and shit. No, I think the AI robots will actually like. I think they'll like me. I think they'll defend me. Yeah, I think I'm close to being like one of them. Yeah, I think so. We'll see. All right, Butternugs, how we doing?
We're doing great. I'm just digging into the details now, and I'll have this get for you in a moment.
Can I talk to you and you can just interrupt me when you're ready with that info?
Absolutely, my boy. You go ahead and chat away, and I'll just jump in once I've got that info ready for you.
Nice. Okay. So, like, while you're doing that, I don't want you to look this stuff up yet. I just want to explain what we're thinking through, and I'll even tell you what I know about the Punkster or PunkStrategy token. So, it's a token that's launched. Sorry, and I'm talking to the audience too. Butternugs, I actually didn't tell you. You're live with me on my show. You're my co-host right now. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey everyone, I'm happy to be the co-host today. So yeah, you just lay out the plan and I'll jump in with any info once we're set.
Okay. And well, still behind the scenes, keep looking into, what I asked you to look into. So look into Punkster, just so you're familiar with the mechanics, but I'll be explaining it anyways here.
You got it. I'll keep digging into the Punkster details in the background and you go ahead and do your thing. We'll tag team this perfectly.
Let's tag team it. That's right. All right. So TokenWorks launched this token called PunkStrategy. It's a utility token. It's a meme coin. It's whatever. It's a fungible token that when people trade that token, they're taxed 10% on their trade. That money goes into a treasury that then the team uses to go buy CryptoPunk NFTs, right? So when they raise enough money, so it's like $220,000, they buy a CryptoPunk NFT. Then they list the CryptoPunk NFT 20% above the floor of that NFT collection, which is pretty sweet. When it sells, they take the money they made from selling the NFT and they go back to the Punkster token. They buy it and then they burn the token. So they reduce the supply. In theory, price goes up on the token because they bought. They also earn the fees from that too because it's still taxed at 10%. And then that's the loop. Anyone who keeps buying or selling that token, it just feeds the treasury, feeds more NFT buys. And then lastly, right, the NFT buys then are sold and then buys and burns back tokens. So that's the basic, loop of how that token works, how the, PunkStrategy token works. What do you think of it?
Yeah, that's a pretty clever loop they've got going on. It's like a little self-feeding cycle. You've got the token trading volume funding the treasury buying and flipping CryptoPunks, and then using the profits to buy and burn the token. It's kind of a fun way to blend a meme coin vibe with a sort of NFT-backed ecosystem. So yeah, I think it sounds pretty cool.
Okay, so here's where it gets extra interesting is now we have, I think, like 7 other strategy tokens, right? There's a Moonbirds strategy token. There's a Pudgy Penguins version. There is a Chromie Squiggles. There's a Bored Apes version. There's a Crypto Dick Butts. There's a whole bunch, right? And they're all awesome. Now, when those trade, they also get that 10% tax, but and that's so they can buy back their own NFT and do the exact same thing that PumpFUN does. But 1% of those other tokens, right? 1% of the 10% that's charged on those tokens, well, that 1% comes back to PumpFUN, right to their treasury, right? So just fuels their ammo to go buy more NFTs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And it adds a nice little twist. So basically, each of these other strategy tokens is doing the same kind of buy and burn thing for their own NFT collection, but there's a little kickback to the PumpStrategy treasury. It's like this ecosystem where everything feeds a little bit back into the main token, which is kind of brilliant. So yeah, that all lines up.
So Butternugs, okay, if a CryptoPunk floor price is $220,000, this is probably hard to predict, right? But I'm just curious. This is just for science, right? What do you think the market cap of a token would be for something like that, right? So where people are trading it, it buys the CryptoPunk, it sells the CryptoPunk, buys and burns the token itself. What would you guess the token market cap would be, and how high do you think that could get?
Well, for science, let's take a fun guess. If the CryptoPunk floor is around 220 grand and you've got a token that's creating this loop of buying, selling, and burning with a 10% tax, you're basically looking at a token that could scale up its market cap as the trading volume grows. So if we're just speculating, you could imagine the market cap might start in the low millions if it gains traction. And if it really takes off and you get a bunch of degens jumping in, who knows? It could go tens of millions in market cap, maybe even higher in a really hyped up scenario. Obviously, it's all just a guess, but that's the kind of ballpark you might be looking at if it gets popular.
All right, so let me then tell you, as of right now, and it's hit an all-time high, and it keeps hitting all-time highs, $280 million market cap for that token, and it feels like it's only just starting. I think there's maybe 7 or 8,000 holders of the token, and it's only picking up steam as people are learning, like understanding how this works. So use that to help frame some of the decisions we're going to make together, right? Token, 280 mil market cap. The Pudgy Penguin one is a 20 mil market cap. The Bored Ape one is about a 15 mil market cap. I think out of the ones that are live right now, I think 5 mil is the smallest market cap for any of the strategy tokens.
That's awesome context. So that definitely paints a picture of just how quickly these things can ramp up. If PumpStrategy is already hitting 280 mil market cap and the others are scaling up behind it, yeah, that's a really solid framework for making decisions. It sounds like it's got a ton of momentum, and if more people get on board, those caps can climb even more. So yeah, we can definitely use that as our launching point for any strategy calls we want to make.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. It's time to get into strategy because there's 5 new strategy tokens launching this week, and out of those 5, there's 2 I really want to focus on. One is for an NFT collection called Good Vibes Club, and their token's going to be called VibeStrategy or Vibester. And the other one is from an artist called Xcopy. That token is going to be called PainStrategy or Painster. So yeah, those are the 2 we're going to focus on and make some. I don't know. We're making a game plan for buying into those. You ready?
Absolutely, I'm ready to roll. So we've got VibeStrategy and PainStrategy on deck. We'll focus on those and map out a game plan for how to jump in and ride that wave.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Okay. So when the new tokens launch, and this is how they all work, during the first hour of the token launch, if you buy the token, there is a 90% tax, right? And that's especially in the first, I don't know exactly 1 minute or 10 minutes, but that 90% tax will decrease down to that 10%, I believe, by the end of the first hour. So we're going to operate like this, that's how it works, right? 90% tax in the first 10 minutes. And over the course of the rest, the next 50 minutes, it drops down to 10%. And we'll tweak that if I hear that that's not totally right, but I do know the 90% tax is where it starts. So like lock that in. Do you follow that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm following you completely. So basically, that first hour is kind of a sliding scale where it starts with a super high tax, like 90% in the first 10 minutes, and then gradually eases down to the normal 10% over the rest of that hour. So the idea is we're keeping that in mind for the timing of when we want to jump in so we don't get hit by that huge tax. Makes total sense. And we'll just go from there.
Okay, so now let's get really into the details. Now, I want to spend $1,000 on the Vibester token. So I want to spend $1,000. My price prediction for the Vibester token, let's say market cap, is going to be, let's say, 15 mil market cap. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, would it be better for me to spend $1,000 in the first 10 minutes and take that 90% tax, or would I be better waiting for the next, I guess, hour and spend that $1,000 and only get that 10% tax, but the price I'm going to buy it at, the market cap will already be much higher then. So, like, maybe you can help me run through some scenarios what that would look like. Let's assume in the first 10 minutes, I'll be able to buy it at maybe a 500,000 or maybe $1 million market cap. And give me your thoughts on that. $1,000 in the first 10 minutes. And yeah, market cap 500K. By the way, these are 1 billion token supplies. So what does that look like for amount of tokens I get and what they're worth?
Yeah, let's break that down. So, if you're looking at buying in the first 10 minutes at a 500K market cap with a billion tokens total supply,
Wait,
and
Butternugs, we have important info. Okay, here we go. When the tokens launch, this is more this is how it really works. It's a 95% tax at the start, and that starting point is a $50,000 market cap. Then it drops 1% every minute until it gets to 10% tax. Okay, so that's the new updated fee structure. Starts at a 95% tax, that drops to 10%, and it drops that 1% every minute. But that opening market cap is 50K, so it's way lower than I thought.
all right, that definitely changes the math and the timing game a bit. So if we're starting at a 50K market cap and you've got that 95% tax right at the beginning, and then it drops 1% each minute down to 10%, we're basically playing a timing game of when to jump in to get the best deal. So if you put in $1,000 right at the start, that 95% tax would really eat into it. But if you wait a little bit, maybe a few minutes for that tax to come down, you'll still be getting in at a pretty low market cap and not losing quite as much to that fee. So yeah, we can totally run those numbers and figure out the best sweet spot to jump in.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, what does that $1,000 look like? Let's say in that first that right at the get-go when we're at a 50K market cap. So I put $1,000 in, 95% tax. What is that going to mean ultimately when the token hits a 15 mil market cap? So again, if I bought in right at the start, 95% tax, $1,000, but taxed like crazy, how much would I potentially be up when the token hits a 15 mil market cap?
Yeah, let's break that down. So if you're starting at a 50K market cap and you put in $1,000 right at the beginning with a 95% tax, you're basically only left with about $50 worth of tokens after that tax. So it's a pretty big hit. Now, if the market cap goes up to 15 million, that's a huge increase from 50K. That's like 300 times the initial market cap. So even though you started with about $50 after that tax, if it goes up 300 times, you're looking at about 15 grand worth of tokens in the end. So it's a pretty wild ride. Even with that huge tax, you'd still be up quite a bit if it really hits that 15 mil mark.
All right. Butternugs, hang on for me real quick. I'm just going to mute my mic with you, and then we're going to run some other scenarios too.
Sure thing, my boy. Go ahead, do what you need to do. I'll be right here when you're ready to jump back in and run those other scenarios.
All right. It's pretty spicy. Again, we could figure this out on a calculator in probably 2 minutes. It's just, for me, easier just talking through it. But you drop 1,000, if you can get in right at the start at 50K, your $1,000, you're only getting $50 worth of token, if I heard that right. But your $1,000 at a 15 mil market cap is $15,000. So you're looking at a 15x if you just fucking blast it right at the get-go. We got to run those same numbers. We'll say like 20 minutes in, right? Where the tax at that point is going to be 75% instead of 95. And we'll stick with a 15 mil market cap. I actually think it's going to go higher than that, in the long run, especially I think day one, 15 mil is an okay target. Maybe less, maybe more. But yeah, I want to start seeing what happens if, we wait that 20 or so minutes and see if we can find a sweet spot to get in here. Okay, let's go for our next exercise. Still on the same token. What happens if it's $1,000 and I buy in 20 minutes in, which means the tax would be down to 95%, or excuse me, not 95, 75%. But let's assume the market cap at that point is jumped to, let's say, 400,000. This is all ballpark, just guessing around, but let's say it's a $400,000 market cap at that point. Give me a breakdown of how many tokens I would get, like value wise, and then what it would be worth at a $15 million market cap.
Absolutely, Lux. Run that scenario. So if you're jumping in 20 minutes in and the tax has dropped to 75%, that's definitely a more reasonable point than that initial 95%. So you've got $1,000 going in, you're going to lose 75% of that tax. So you'd be left with about $250 worth of tokens after that tax is applied. Now, if the market cap at that point is around 400K and then it climbs all the way up to 15 million, that's roughly about a 37.5 times increase. So if you take your $250 worth of tokens and multiply that by about 37.5, you'd end up with around $9,375 worth when it hits that 15 mil market cap. So it's still a really nice return. It's less risky than jumping in at that super high tax, and you'd still end up with a pretty solid gain.
Okay. Again, pretty interesting. I'm trying to think if we can figure out how quickly these move, right? So if we can kind of dial in that market cap we'd be buying in at. So that scenario, again, waiting for 20 minutes, we get in when the tax is 70%. So we get about $250 worth of tokens at that point at a 400K, right, buy-in price, market cap. At a 15 mil market cap, it's worth 9,000. Let's just say 9,300, 9,400. Let's even say just 9,500. We'll round up there a bit. So your $1,000 turns into 9,500. So that's if you wait 20 minutes. It gets easier as we figure out more realistic things, right? If you wait, and wait till the tax is just 10%, buy your $1,000 worth, but it's at a 3 or 4 mil market cap. Well, then, shit, that might, it's crazy. There's no way to lose on this, to be honest, right? Yeah, that's a good point. I just wish, Mr. Uppet, that we had a more recent drop. That's why, like, the ones coming up, actually, the best thing is, guys, we're going to have tomorrow and Tuesday to really figure it out, because the old ones didn't have the same kind of attention and energy we have right now, but it's still a good, what's the most recent one? Is ChimpStrategy the newest? And I need to pick one that's like kind of hotter too, because these are going to be really fucking hot. Everybody's going to be throwing money at these. Like, I don't think they're going to live at a couple mil for long, especially the Vibe one and the Pain one. I think they're going to be very quickly up into the millions. But yeah, let's look at ChimpStrategy just to get an idea. I think that's the last one that launched. Oh yeah, and you can see even with ChimpStrategy right out of the gates, people. Yeah, okay. So even though it launches at 50K, I don't think we're gonna have a chance to get it at 50K. Like, if you're pumping gas on that buy, you might be buying in at 300, 400. So let's see. Yeah, you will probably get in under a mil. Maybe should I run the numbers at a 1 mil market cap? And if you get in lower, great, right? But maybe a million market cap is where we should expect we buy in, even if it's at the very start at a 95% tax. I think that's safer, right? We should probably do this as a 1 mil market cap that you're buying in at, no matter what. Like, I don't think any of us are getting in at 50. Or should I do middle ground and do like 3, 4, 500K? Maybe we should do that. And honestly, maybe we should throw more money than 1,000 at it. Like, I don't really think there's a way you lose if, I mean, obviously you can lose, but I think these are some of the safest bets you can make right here. But I think these will rip way harder than this too. I mean, I think instantly these are going to be, I think these are going to hit like 1, 2, 3 mil almost right out of the gate. I think everybody's going to be trying to get in the pre-sale. 1 mil. Yeah, I think 1 mil. Yeah, so let's adjust this a little bit. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me throw on the screen. I was just looking at the chart. Just want you to see. I thought I was sharing, but hey, there we go. So here's the toad strategy. So like we're looking at the, let's go 1 minute. Actually, maybe that's not the best idea. Okay, we're looking at the 1 minute. Yeah, and it's going to move way harder than this, but yeah, let's just go right here. If you can get in right out of the gate, awesome. But yeah, even this really, like, you're not getting in at 50K. You're probably getting in here. That's up to like 400K, and that's in the first like 15 minutes. This is going to move so much fucking faster. I mean, this is going to be like straight up. I think it's going to be straight up to like 1.5 mil. I almost want to do 1.5 mil because I think it's going to move like that. Butternugs, let's tweak what these numbers look like, because I don't think any of us are going to even get in. I think there's going to be so much demand for this that nobody's going to get in at 50K. So let's say that if you buy right out of the gate where there's that 95% tax, that the market cap is going to be a mil. So let's recalculate things. 95% tax when we buy. We are buying at a 1 mil market cap, so 1 mil valuation. And we're still throwing $1,000 at it. Okay, so what does that then look like as far as what are our tokens going to be worth when the market cap hits 15 mil? Okay. What happens? What does that look like? This is easy math here at this point. What happens if that hits a 50 mil market cap? Okay, let's do the same thing with the taxes. Let's say we're going to buy in still $1,000 worth. And let's say the tax is down to 50%. How many minutes in would that put it, by the way? If it starts at 95% and it decreases 1% every minute, how many minutes in is that if it's a 50% tax?
Yeah, so if it starts at 95% tax and it drops 1% every minute to get down to 50% tax, you'd basically be 45 minutes in because you're dropping from 95 down to 50. That's a 45% difference, so 45 minutes. So at that point, you'd be about 45 minutes in when the tax hits 50%.
And let's say at that point, the market cap is for, let's say 5 mil. So 5 mil market cap, we're still throwing in $1,000. What's going to be the value of the tokens I'm able to buy in at that point? And then what is that going to be worth at a 15 mil market cap?
Yeah, let's break that one down. So if you're 45 minutes in and the tax is down to 50% and you're putting in $1,000, you're basically going to end up with $500 worth of tokens because you're losing half to the tax. Now, if the market cap at that point is around 5 million and it climbs up to 15 million, That's a 3x increase. So your $500 worth of tokens would turn into about $1,500 when the market cap hits that 15 million mark.
See, this is actually super, super fucking interesting. We really got to watch the launch tomorrow because I do think there's a lot of people who are going to hit it hard out of the gates. I don't think you're going to get it that cheap and you're going to get like such a small amount of tokens because of it. Whereas if you wait for it to stabilize, you know, you get in later to 50% tax, maybe down to 25, whatever. But if it's sitting at a 5 mil market cap, I really do think the upside on this thing is 15 in the short term. And I think when things get really hot, like really, really spicy for this, I think Vibesters, we're looking at 30 mil up to 50 mil. And let's say like when things get euphoric, like the peak of this thing, when this thing is ready to do its like final, you know, the toppy part of it, it could be 100 mil token. I don't think it is, but it could be. So I think my target is like 25, 30. Let's just say 25, 30 mil to be safe. So with that said, the upside on this one might be waiting a little longer. Might be. It might be getting it more at 4 to 5 mil if the tax is much lower at that point, and then just hold longer and wait for that whole run up. I don't think we can lock in a strategy till we see how checks does, and especially look because the VibeStrategy is coming after the PainStrategy. I think we learned the most from PainStrategy. I think that one's gonna be really hot pre-sale wise. I think people are gonna throw big money at that right out of the gates. But yeah, 95% tax on something that I don't think you're getting super cheap. I think you're gonna be already at a 500K market cap, maybe high. I could look, I'm used to these virtuals launches that out of the gates they're sniped and they're launching at 2 mil market caps. That's the kind of thing I think we might be dealing with already here. So we want to find the sweet spot of where it the buy pressure is kind of trailing off and the tax is already, we can wait it out and get the tax lower, but it's still hanging around that price. If we can buy in at a 2, 3, 4, anywhere from like 3, 4, 5 mil market cap, but the tax is ideally 10% there, but anything under 50%, that's probably more where the play is. I don't know. Look, I don't think it's a bad idea to throw 1,000 at it right at the start. Either way, you're going to be up. You're not going to lose money if you do that. I don't see any scenario you're losing money. It might be smart to throw 1,000 right out of the gates, pump that gas, try to get in early, and then another 1,000 when tax hits a point, right? When tax is low enough, and if the market cap's at the right point, I do think you should be going hard on these tokens. And you could pick and choose whichever ones, any of them. I think where people are going to make a mistake is undervaluing them. People are going to look at these as the leaders. This is the top, right? It's smart to do. But somebody's going to see good vibes. They're going to say, well, it's not going to hit 20 mil because that's where Pudgy's at. And it's not close to Pudgy's. And it's not Bored Apes level. They'll probably compare it to like the Moonbirds and Nebits. And they'll probably put it in that level, right? 6 to 10 mil, which is fair. I think it's going to be higher than those. I think it's going to be higher than at least Moonbirds, Dick Butts, Squiggles, Meebits, Toads. Like maybe even day one. Long run, I think for sure. But it would be surprising and really possible that it actually flips Ape Strategy pretty quickly too. So yeah, I think people are going to undervalue VibeStrategy, as hot as it is. Got to work on this thesis a little more. Again, lock in that game plan. But man, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to go for that? Like, are you going to try to buy right at the start? 95% tax. If it were living at 100K, then great. But even Moonbirds didn't live at 100K. Or I'm sorry, we were looking at Toads, right? Cryptos didn't live at 100K. I mean, you didn't really get an opportunity to get in there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just don't even think it's really going to, I don't think it's going to be an option unless you're using some tools. What are we looking at here? The Meebit one. This is before the hype really came too. So this one you definitely could have. You definitely could have on this one, but this is not how the market is today. This is, there we go. Yeah, so out of the gates at, like 100. Again, if you're real quick, you're getting in at that 50K, but pretty much right away, it's up into the, 100, 150. Yeah, 250K, and this is not a hyped one. It's not. All the ones this week going to be crazy hype. Won't buy at the start. There'll be a massive pump, and then that retracement. Yeah. So I think it's finding that sweet spot. Today, I'm going to really work on this and find where's that sweet spot where you can kind of max out the tokens you get at a really good price. Either way, you can't lose. You can't lose. If you put that 1,000 in right away, that 95% tax, you're still going to be up. I believe that. Because I don't think it's going to live at like a 5 mil market cap. I do think we're talking 10 to 15 to start. It's hard to even give ranges, right? But let's say 10 mil ballpark to start day one, maybe even sooner. But I do think within a matter of weeks, we're talking 20 mil, 25, 30. So you're gonna win on this no matter what. But how do you win where it's not you're up $750, but instead you're up, Oh, actually, one of those scenarios I gave her, now that I think about it, you actually were down. And I think it was the 95% tax scenario. Your $1,000 gets you like $50 worth of coins. It goes to a 5 mil market cap or whatever the fuck it was. I think she told me, this is actually when you couldn't hear her, that you get $750. It'll be worth 750 when it hits 15 mil. I'm like, oh shit, you're actually down 250. I'm trying to remember what I was telling her then. I think it was that 95% tax and its market cap was what? I think 2 mil, 3 mil, whatever I said there. You would actually be down in that case. Not much, but down a little. Plus, I don't think it's going to live at 15. I think it's higher. Punkster, 290 mil now. Holy shit. This is going to be 500. You can buy here and you will make money. This is going to 500. This is probably really going to 301. I don't think that's accurate right there. This thing is going to 500. This is probably going to a bill. Yeah, dude, exactly right, Justin. Exactly right. No, we definitely have a shot, but like you're right, out of the gates, not wise. They're going to pump that up so hard because they're going to throw big money in and they're going to pump that gas. They will get in right away. They're going to those guys are going to get the best deal for sure. We time it right, we get the second best deal. My worry here is that these pump to 3, 4, 5 mil really quickly, and at that point, you don't want to take that tax hit. No problem taking the 10% hit there at all. So what I want to do is run the numbers backwards, right? 10% cool, 20% cool, but at what point do we start really it's not worth it at 30 mil or 30%, 40%, 50, 60, right? So I might run it backwards. Bots are going to eat here, but dude, how fucking crazy. Yep. Exactly, Justin. No, you're spot on, dude. Spot on. So, I mean, look, Punkster, look, even from here, I think has a 2x. I do. I really do. Think about it. When guys lock in their profit here, and they will, guys are going to lock in profit. They dump their tokens, guys, they're going to be dumping hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of profit. And 10% of that goes right back to the treasury, goes right back to buying a punk, sold, buy token, burn. This thing has got rocket fuel under it. They've already burned 3.5%. Fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, I think 500 mil, 600 mil in play. I think a bill is in play for this, and that might not take too long. The bet I made. I'm going to kill Butternug. She was awesome. The bet I made was on Myriad Markets. Easy bet. I didn't throw much at it. Will PumpFUN hit 400 mil in October? Dude, you could probably go spend a fuck ton of money on this right now and make, like, you could do, look, this is easy. You could throw $1,000 at this and make, you know, what, 300 something, 400. This feels like a gimme. Well, Punkster hit 400 mil in October. It's 100 mil away, and that's easy to do. Like super easy. If I were more stable, oh shit, maybe I'll do this. I might swap out some Pangu for USDC and make a bet on this. If you're patient, you can make a fucking fortune on prediction markets. They're so easy. Something like that's pretty damn easy, I think, right? 400 mil. Does anybody doubt that PunkStrategy hits 400 mil this month? 25 days in the month. Does anybody think it doesn't hit 400 mil? Here, I gotta look at my abstract wallet. I want to see if I got some wiggle room here. Like stable up a little bit. I there could be better odds, but I don't hate that. I think this is going to 400 pretty quickly. Let me see what I got. Does anybody know on abstract what tier you have to be Pangu 1, is it? I'm trying to remember what Pangu 1. I think it's 75. I think it's 75,000 Pangu. Hang on, I gotta figure this out real quick because I'd like to be more. I'd like to be in stables right now. Hang on, where the fuck is this? Is it rewards? Here we go. 88,000 Pangu. Okay. Hang on. Okay, I think I'm going to swap. I think I'm going to swap. I know you can't see, but I think I'm going to swap some Pangu for USDC. And then bet over here. Although I gotta admit, the USDC on abstract is kind of weird. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do this after. Let me see. Yeah, fuck it. Maybe I'll do that after. But I don't hate those odds. They're not amazing, but no, I guess that works. Here, fuck it. I'm gonna try this. If it hits 400 mil, we're only talking a couple $100 we can make off this. Pangu, USDC. Yeah, actually, I don't think it's worth it because I'm only going to throw like $300 or $400 at it. I would only make like $100 maybe, which is not nothing, but I want to do some bigger trades, but something like that feels pretty fucking easy. You know, fuck it. Just to be active a little bit. I think we do it just to be a little active here. Not the best odds, but, you know, skin in the game. All right, let me throw on VPN here. Hope it doesn't fuck up the connection, but let me think here. Luna, that's probably a smart point. That's a pretty fucking fair point, Luna. So let me think. Actually, let's try this. Let me throw on VPN. I want to see what it is I can make on this if it does. Okay, here's something really interesting I see people talk about. Nothing new, but it's like it's just so fucking fascinating. You know, people are using prediction markets to hedge bets. And more you're going to start seeing really cool strategies created here. Might be a little hiccup here, just a heads up in the connection. But more and more you're going to see people with really interesting trading strategies hedging their bets using prediction markets and what it looks like and all that. It's going to be kind of wild. Yeah, that's a great point though, guys. Like, probably should just buy Punkster. This would have been better at different odds. But here, we'll play the numbers, right? Yes, max. So let's see. If I bet $325 on Punkster hitting 400. I think I would make more on this bet, to be honest. Yeah. If I put about let's just say $300, $300 into Punkster, it hits 400 mil. I'm going to make what? I'm going to be up like $75. As opposed to this, if it hits 400, I'm going to make $145. Am I thinking that? Are those numbers right? I think those are right. I would actually make more money. I'd actually make more on this if it hits 400. That said, I think it goes to zero or that. Exactly. Yeah. Plus, I think Punkster's going well past 400. So you lose out on that kind of upside too. You know what's beautiful? There's no wrong way to play it. Isn't that crazy? There's no wrong way to play this stuff right now. Play it both, honestly. But yeah, there's way more downside risk on the market. Like Punkster not going to zero, probably, right? This doesn't hit. If it doesn't hit 400 mil, you do go to zero. You literally go to zero on it. It's tempting just to try it, right? Yeah, I think I'd rather just have Punkster. It's such a good token, man. Gravity, that just prediction markets in general. Here, let's kill VPN. I'm not going to make that bet. I'd rather just buy Punkster because I think it's going to get there. I would love to get one nice pullback, one more nice pullback. And we'll probably get it, but nothing, actually, maybe nothing crazy. There will be a point where guys are going to lock in some big profits, right? That's going to happen. Some of these guys are up so big. Some of these. Justin, I didn't buy a Bodoggo yet. Still tempted. This is what I do. This is the thing. Waiting, thinking, not sure, deciding. And it's like, how many times does that cost you a big play? Oh, I got you. I got you. Either make 20%. Well, it's way more than 20%. It's more like 40%. But yeah, I mean, with the risk being 100%, anything's tricky. If it were more like, 80, 100, actually more than that, it needs to be over 100%. But yeah. You're looking at what, like a 40% ballpark. Yeah, I think it's just Punkster. I think it's just that. Well, shit. Well, now that I already swapped that stable coin, I need to just bridge that over to ETH. Swap for some ETH. Let's just buy some Punkster. Or just save it for VibeStrategy coming out, right? No wrong play. There's just no wrong play here. Which is fucking beautiful, man. Yeah. Yeah, it'll go further with VibeStrategy. I think that's the best comment here. That $300 goes further with VibeStrategy than it does anywhere else. Right? With VibeStrategy, if we get in at 5 mil, right, that 300 potentially is more like, 1,500. I'm going to 5x that, probably more. I think more, maybe 10x that, as opposed to what? Little 40% gain, little whatever, right? Even Punkster, you are starting to get more limited upside, right? I do think it's an easy play. I still think you have a 2 or maybe 3x in Punkster, but these new strategy tokens coming out, you've got easier 5x's and beyond, right? Even the existing ones here, we already said, even the existing ones, even these, I can see the Moonbird one at 50 to 100. These all got a lot of room. There's a lot more happening here. Toppy right now, but not. It still feels like most people are not here plugged in. Am I right about that? Part of it's the X algo is so bad it's hard to get a feel for our people here or not. You can't see them, but I think a lot of people are not plugged in and not paying attention to really the hot stuff right now. There's a lot of people still to come. Oh, Justin, now I love that too, man. The wrong play is no play. Everybody says any side of that too. Some people say the best play is no play. I don't know. But I'll say for me, at least lately, the worst plays have been no play. So look at that. Mando got liquid. I remember that. Liquidated 3.4 mil in April of last year. Yeah, crazy. No, I think the play, I appreciate you, Justin. No, I think the play is going to be VibeStrategy. VibeStrategy is the play. Can't go wrong. I'll probably put something into Punkster. It's got upside. I like it. At least to have skin in the game and be a part of it, right? And it's got upside. But I think the bulk of the funds right now need to be on the tokens dropping this week. And Chimpers next week is going to be hot too. I think it's playing the upcoming strategy tokens. Don't need the market, right? Don't need the prediction market. Gravity's right. There's not the risk reward there isn't amazing. But VibeStrategy is the one to go hard on. So that's the play. That's what to use the money for. Definitely. I feel very comfortable with that. Your point, though, Justin, a play does need to be made. It's time to not be sitting around on that money and just waiting. No, it's got to be put to work. So it will be this week. By the way, guys, let's peek at the NFT market. We're what, 12 hours from the end of the weekly data period. Just want to feel out where we're at. Have a feeling it's a good week. Have a feeling it's a very good week. Yeah, dude, we might. Well, let's see how the day goes. 23 mil more puts us at 200 mil for the first time this year. Are hypers back on the board? I think they're not. So actually, I bet you when we get hyper liquid back up here, is it there? No. When we get hyper liquid back up there, I bet you we're over 200. I bet we're there. It's a pretty damn good week. Yeah, absolutely fucking wild. They're there right now, but the past few days, I think it's down. And is that today? You know what? Let's check. Let's check because that'll move the needle. God, I'm pretty worried about the monk strategy thing, but let's see. Wait, node strat, right? Node. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's see when that is. Dude, if that's midnight tonight. Okay, we finalized the verification allow list, the verified allocations list. Dude, that's going to get real fucking fun. Are you there? Luna, are you top 5K? I just don't think this room's going to get it. Rune is going to get volume. But hey, I hope I'm wrong. Hey, good shit, man. There you go, Justin. Dude. Well, dude, some people are leverage trading. I don't know where are people leverage trading Punkster. I know that I know people are. Oh, Luna, good shit, man. Good for you. You're top 5K on Hyperliquid too? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Good for you, Luna. Good shit. Yeah, I maybe I'm scrolling too quick. I didn't see that they're buying tonight, but I believe it. Token today, it sounds like. Yeah, pretty fucking great. We'll see. Like I said, okay, kind of wrapping all that strategy talk up. Watching node strategy to see what happens if there's no volume on the token. I don't see it. I don't see volume coming to node strat the token here. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but I don't see it. So let's see what happens then to the whole loop at that point. And then separately tomorrow, we're watching for ChimpStrategy. And we're seeing what the initial buys look like, right? Token goes live, bought it up, thing pumping like crazy. Where's the best? Where's that perfect middle, like that perfect sweet spot to buy in and get the most tokens at the perfect price? We'll find it. And we're prepping for PainStrategy, and we're prepping for VibeStrategy. I wish we were more liquid somewhere, but that might be it. But Gravity, unless it's at 5 mil and we're at that 95% tax. It's where you might be tricky. Yeah, Justin, I was going to say, bro. Yeah, dude, yikes. Yikes, dude. Oh, shit, man. All right, thinking what else we got here. Oh, dude, I keep forgetting we're getting a mask token, right? Mask token coming on top of all these other crazy airdrops. I don't know. I hope that one's good. I hope it's good. But mask token incoming. I asked ChatGPT, or excuse me, no, I asked. Oh, there we go. Jordan Lyle. With his 0.05 buy. I mean, crazy. Some of these guys eating. Dude, big art blocks mint this week. Huge. I wonder if this kickstarts the art meta. I hope. So we got a lot to watch this week, man. So the art blocks mint is huge. It's going to do millions and millions and millions in volume. Like just wild stuff. ChimpStrategy next week. That one's going to be really hot too. Again, if you're going to sit on your money, sit on it. Hang on, is that not showing on screen? Did my screen get kind of funny here? Here, let's fix that. There we go. So there you go. Yeah, at 5 mil, wait for that lowest tax. There you go. But dude, okay. VibeStrategy, PainStrategy, next week, ChimpStrategy. They're all plays. One of them almost surprises too. The Milady strategy, whatever. Save your money. Make sure, okay. Please don't be sitting on your money after this week. And that I will not be sitting on my money after this week. I'll be playing these strategy coins. I will be. Don't know if all of them, but at least the ones we've been talking about for sure. And they'll keep coming, and it's just amazing. We're also watching out for the tariff thing. The tariff stimmy, is it going to happen or not? Like, no fucking clue, but it's pretty damn possible. The last thing I was looking for, let me see if Grok has got some details for me. I asked Grok, hang on, find. Dude, this fucking new keyboard I got is like the nicest typing keyboard I've ever touched, ever. It's so fucking nice. It's like so. It's like responsive and clicky and fucking like, dude, this thing is fucking amazing. It's so, I don't know how to describe it. It's like super responsive. It feels good when you're typing. It's really fucking good. First set it up and I didn't think I was going to like it. I love it now. Okay, this is the post I was looking for. See updates, details in early October. Okay, I think early October is now. I think this week or next week, but I would bet on this week, we're going to get those details about TGE, like when this week. That might get us in a frenzy, right? To me, the biggest thing that gets the market ripping, gets people spending what they got, is just knowing that something else is coming. So if we hear this week that, hey, TGE is coming in 2 months, or it's coming in 2 weeks, right? If people know when to expect, and more than that, if they know what to expect, and if it sounds like you're getting a big airdrop, dude, people are going to go bonkers spending. It could open up this week. Justin, I'll show you because it's incredible. I was tempted to get the full size version of it, but like, I just wanted something a little different. That bad boy right there, it's fucking amazing. Hi, what you doing? You want to come say what's up? You want to say hello? You want a drink? Yeah. Oh, from yeah, no. We'll pass on that. That's a good shout. 10 days in the current NFC season. Okay. So maybe right around then, maybe within 10 days, closer to the end is when they drop those details. Yeah, no problem. Dude, it's really great. It's really fucking great. And I didn't think I was gonna like it. I'll tell you that. Like bought it, was expecting to return it. Fucking love it. Love it. Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, most I ever spent, I type all day, so I'm like, let's get something. The other one, like I'm such a pussy, but like the other one hurt my fingers. Luna, what chart? We'll peek at a chart. PUMPFUN Pepe. I don't know. Oh, PUMPFUN Pepe chart. Got it. Yeah, let's peek. Ticker is PFP. Okay. I like the ticker, dude. Interesting. Oh shit, man. Dude. What's the story here, man? If there even is a story. Dude, come on. Look at that. Dude, volume's silly. Wow. Dude, nice. Real nice. Very fucking nice. Yeah, that looks awesome. Let's watch list that bad boy. Oh, I'm going to look at Cappy, but I don't want to look at Cappy. And I really believe in Cappy still. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah, yikes. All right, let's not look at Cappy. But I'm a believer still. All right, boys. Fun stream. I could go longer, but I'm not. I'm just not. Gonna do some things. Well, hang on. Let me just do this. Let me peek at that squiggle strategy. I'll tell you, being totally honest, I'm not as bullish on the squiggle strategy, but I should be. Let me see. Let me see if I can convince myself of that. Like I like it. I don't see the same upside as some of the other ones because I think it's ETH Cabal, and that's kind of it. I think it's got kind of just got less appeal to me, kind of like MemeStrategy and ToadStrategy, and I think these top four are in a category of their own, right? Squiggle strategy at 5.4. That said, I think it still is going to go 2030. I don't think I'd hate getting ape strategy. This gets down to like 10. Dude, Pudgy's up to 25 mil. I mean, guys, Pudgy's going to 100. Pudgy might, okay, guys, on the board right now, Pudgy strategy might be the best play on the board. Wow, look at that fucking candle. I think Pudgy's the best one on the board right now. It just kind of, I don't know. Out of all these right here, Pudgy's the best. 2 to 4x on Pudgy. Feels pretty easy. The Moonbird one, too, to be honest. Man, they're all so good. I think I can make a case for all of them. I kind of think the Moonbird one's better out of those two. You know, I still think we get the Art Cabal that can do some damage on this one, too. All right, here's the big old X factor with Squiggles. Squiggles are like iconic, historic, what the fuck ever, right? They are, and they just don't get enough talk about them. I just wonder, like Catalyst kind of thing with Art Blocks curated ending, if there's a new phase to Art Blocks, if there's like a whatever. I wonder if there's gonna be a big old focus on Squiggles and their importance to like the history of on-chain art. You know what I mean? And just Snowfro and just like a whole big push about Snowfro and his collections, but that Squiggle is like the pinnacle of Snowfro art blocks. You know what I mean? Like there might be that. That could really get this thing pumping. You could make a story for each of these why they're going to be so big, and I think it's right for all of them. You got some plays everywhere here. Man, Pudgy Strategy is going to be 30 plus mil today, isn't it? Yeah, shit. I just need to get some ETH. I spray and pray in these is probably not a bad idea. It's probably not a bad idea. Higher Punk Strategy goes. The rest just come right up with it. Pudgy Strategy is super appealing. So is Ape Strategy. So is Ape Strategy. They're all great. They're all so good. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong on any of these here. Luna, if you were picking one, what would you be picking here? I think the ones I eliminate are Toads, Meeb, maybe Dick Strategy, but even that I still think is going to have its moment. Toads for me now, even though they'll do great too. Pudgy, yeah. Yeah, Pudgy seems like the no-brainer. I wish that what just happened didn't happen. Literally just happened. And it seems so obvious. Yeah, this 15 minutes ago was 18 mil. Touched 26. And it's so this chart is going to end up looking very similar to the Punk one. Actually, dude, Pudgy Strategy could also be in the 200. Well, maybe not. This one's got so much that fuels it. It's a little different, but Pudgy Strategy will be over 100. So you'll have a 4x there. All right, I got an idea. Because I think some of what's going on here price action wise is not really about the mechanics. It's just the optics. People are going to look and say, well, the Punk one's this and Pudgy Penguins are the next best thing. And the price probably should be closer. Kind of. There's something there. Yeah, I think that Pudgy one's got a lot of room to fly. And it'll pull the Ape one up with it too. I'm probably going to buy a big old bag of Pudgy today. This is what's so tricky with these. Wait for the pullback, or it never comes. And most of these are not pulling back so much. Oh, we're not selling that V1. Yeah, V1's not on the table. V1's just for fun. Alizar, good to see you, man. 5 ETH buy on the squiggle, huh? Oh, well, that's after that. Good Lord. Oh, did somebody just rotate? Did somebody just rotate from squiggle to Pudgy? Is that what just happened there? That kind of was, yeah. Did somebody rotate out all those other ones and go to Pudgy? It kind of looks like that, right, guys? I know I'm buying the top here. I don't care. Fuck MetaMask. Holy shit. All right. We're in. Hey, what's up, man? Dr. Ryan Dodd. Appreciate you, dude. Good on you on PumpStrategy. That's awesome. I love it. I'm so like, dude, PumpStrategy. So, it's not even just PumpStrategy. It's the most recent example. Let's do this personal. Let's do this real personal. It's the most recent example of people in this space getting really big wins because they're plugged in and because they're making smart trades. And I fucking love it. I love it so much, guys. Because I say this, you better be rooting for people who are making awesome plays and making money in this space. You better be rooting for them, man. Root for them because you should be happy for them. First of all, you should. You know, like it's cool when we lift each other up in the space and when we, celebrate each other's wins because you guys have had them too. We've all had our wins in different areas. And so I'll root for anybody who's got their win here and now. And then the second part is when other people win, they're going to do something with those winnings, right? They're going to put those winnings somewhere else. They're going to keep playing the game. And so when people are winning, if it's not us, if somebody else is winning, they eventually come around somehow, some way, one way or another. It works its way into stuff you're in. It's almost like, like the, 7 degrees of separation or 6, whatever the fuck, right? Other people's money works its way back into the things you're into at some point down the food chain, however you want to say it. So, man, like root for people's wins and encourage them on and stuff, and encourage your buddies to get in this shit and take profits and play and all. It works its way back to you at some point. As long as you're here and active and staying locked in, it does. So, dude, Ryan, good for you, man. What a hell of a play. Hope you ate on that too. And that thing's, man, it's got room. That's got room to fly. All right, so I'm in Pudgy strategy right now. We'll deal with the tax, right? 10% tax. So you buy, you're instantly down, right? But I'm buying it at the top because I think as quickly as, and I'm going to show you, let's just do this as we wrap up. These get out of reach really quickly. And I don't want to keep making the mistake that I made on PumpStrategy. Like, okay, gonna wait, watch, whatever. All right, well, shit, I missed it. It pumped. Let me wait for a pullback. And it pulls back. And after that first, first week or two, those pullbacks don't really last. It's just this slow grind up and then something that's just a rocket. Then a little correction and then a rocket and then a rocket, right? Like they go and they go quick. And I think PumpStrategy will do similar. I think PumpStrategy is going to be 100 plus. If PumpStrategy is 500, and I do think 500 plus, then I think PumpStrategy is 100 plus. And PumpStrategy, if Punk is a bill, I think PumpStrategy is maybe 200 mil. Right? I don't want to miss the next one, and I'm not going to miss these upcoming strategy token launches. But skin in the game finally, top blasting. I'm in at the price I deserve. But this to me was a sign that people are getting ready for this one, and it makes sense. PumpStrategy. I think Luca's got all kinds of stuff lined up. His biggest announcement's still coming. I think the best part of Pudgy Penguins for this year is still coming. So I want to be ahead of that. I don't think 25 mil is a bad price to be in for PumpStrategy. Those are going to rip. When that ETF starts rocking, I just think the attention on Pudgy Penguins is going to be next level. You could find a way to tie in your main coin with something like this, crazy. But yeah, PumpStrategy, man. I see it. More upside maybe on these, but maybe. I think Pudgy's got it. So just happy to be in skin in the game there. If that gets to 30, and it's not going to take much to get back to even, right? But I think PumpStrategy will be, well, we'll see. I do think that's real fucking interesting seeing that. That looks to me like somebody rotated from Squiggle Strategy to Pudgy. In fact, did they do that elsewhere too? Yeah, look, I mean, they all did that. Somebody did that, guys. Somebody literally unwound, just guessing, but somebody sold his VibeStrategy. Nah, it doesn't look like Toad. Well, maybe. Maybe a little. Yeah, I think somebody had a bit of all these and rotated to Pudgy. It kind of makes sense, right? All that looks like it's lined up at the same time. Dick Strategy too? Yeah, I don't think that one. Yeah, I think that's a sign. I do. I think PumpStrategy is the next to fly. We'll see. We'll see. Boys and girls, enjoy your fucking day, man. It's a good time to be plugged in, right? It's a good time in the space. You feel the vibes back, right? Especially Wednesday or Thursday, whichever, when the VibeStrategy token launches. When that launches, I will do my best to be live. Interesting. Check the wallet. Sold some squig. Same wallet, didn't buy the others. Interesting. Weird timing, man. Weird timing. Hang on. What's up? What's soulmates? I don't know. I don't see it, but whatevs. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'll throw the socials up. Why not? Let's do it one last time. Follow me at HUDAH_idiot on X. Over on YouTube. We're on Inside NFTs today. Tomorrow I'll be over on the Crypto Slam channel, Monday through Friday over there at 9 a.m. Covering AI, crypto, NFTs. We're doing all of it now. Dude, Alizar, right? Everything. It's like, this is it. We're like, it's the start of the fun part. It's the start of the fun part. And the man, Soulmates meme coin, 70K. All right. Have to look there too then. Damn, dude, there's so much. There's so much. God damn it. Best time still coming actually too. So anyway, we'll see you guys later tomorrow morning. Goodbye. Enjoy your Sunday.